Have you ever sat in the quiet of the morning, feeling fine, only to learn later that your blood pressure has been rising without a sound? For many older adults, this is the hidden danger they never saw coming. High blood pressure rarely makes itself known until it's too late, and yet the choices that influence it are made every single day. In this video, we'll gently uncover the small everyday habits that often go unnoticed but can quietly place stress on your heart. Stay with me, because just one simple shift could help you feel steadier, stronger, and more in control of your health. Mistake number 1, skipping medications or taking them incorrectly. It starts with something small. Maybe you forget a dose once or twice. Maybe you feel fine one morning and tell yourself, I don't need this pill today. Or maybe the side effects are frustrating and you think, I'll just take it every other day to see if I feel better. For many older adults, this isn't a rare slip. It becomes a quiet habit, and unfortunately, it's one of the most dangerous mistakes when managing blood pressure. The truth is, high blood pressure doesn't shout. It doesn't always give you clear warnings. But silently, over time, it can damage your heart, your kidneys, even your brain. And the only thing standing between you and those risks may be that little pill sitting by the bathroom sink. You see, blood pressure medication isn't just about lowering numbers on a screen. It's about protecting the life inside you, your heartbeat, your breath, your ability to hold a grandchild or go for a morning walk. Yet so often, people stop taking it because they don't feel any different. That's the trick. It's not designed to make you feel better. It's designed to keep things from getting worse. There are many reasons people skip doses: forgetfulness, cost, side effects, a belief that if your readings look good, you must be cured. But let's clear this up. When your numbers are stable, it's usually because the medication is doing its job. Stopping it suddenly is like tearing down the walls of a house and expecting the roof to stay up. The good news? This mistake is completely avoidable. Build a routine that supports your health. Use a pill organizer with days marked clearly. Set a reminder on your phone. Tie the habit to something you do every morning, like brushing your teeth or making tea. And if something doesn't feel right, if a pill makes you dizzy or tired, talk to your doctor. There may be a better option. But the answer is never to quit quietly. If affordability is a concern, don't carry that burden alone. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about discounts or generics. There are programs that can help. You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's time to take care of yourself too. Blood pressure isn't just a number. It's your story, your strength, and your future. And each small, consistent action you take, from swallowing a pill to checking in with your doctor, is a way of saying, I'm still here, I'm still choosing life. So don't let forgetfulness, frustration, or fear stand in your way. One pill, once a day, could mean many more tomorrows, and you deserve every one of them. Mistake number 2, eating hidden sodium. You might think you're doing well by keeping your salt shaker tucked away in the cabinet. Maybe you haven't added salt to your food in years. But here's something most older adults don't realize. The majority of the sodium raising your blood pressure isn't coming from what you sprinkle on your plate. It's hiding quietly in the foods you reach for every day, even the ones that seem healthy. And this silent mistake is one of the most common reasons blood pressure remains stubbornly high, even when you're doing everything else right. Sodium has a sneaky way of slipping into your diet through packaged meals, frozen dinners, canned soups, breads, sauces, processed meats, and even things like whole grain crackers or light salad dressings. These foods might look harmless. They might even carry labels like heart healthy or low fat. But behind the marketing, many of them are packed with sodium, added not just for taste but to preserve shelf life. And when these items become your go-to meals because they're quick, familiar, or affordable, the salt starts building up, quietly working against your heart. As we get older, the body's ability to handle sodium declines. Your kidneys become less efficient, and your blood vessels more sensitive. That means the same amount of salt that barely affected you at 40 can now cause noticeable increases in blood pressure at 70. You may not feel it right away, but your heart certainly does. That extra sodium draws in water. increasing blood volume and forcing your heart to work harder with every beat. Over time, it wears down the arteries and raises the risk of stroke, heart failure, and kidney damage. But there's good news. This is a mistake you can catch and correct. It begins with paying closer attention. Start by reading nutrition labels with fresh eyes, instead of only scanning for sugar or calories. Take a moment to check the sodium. You'll be surprised. A single can of soup can contain over half your entire day's recommended limit, even bread and cereal. When eaten often, can add up fast. Look for options labeled low sodium or no salt added, ideally with under 140 milligrams per serving. Small daily changes can make a big difference. Rinse canned vegetables and beans to reduce salt. Choose frozen foods without sauces. Try cooking a bit more at home using fresh ingredients. And when you season, lean on flavor rather than salt. Garlic, lemon, herbs, vinegar, pepper. These don't just lower your sodium, they bring meals to life. At first, food might taste a little plain if you're used to heavy seasoning, but give it time. Your taste buds will adjust, and before long, you'll start appreciating the real flavor of food again. Reducing sodium isn't about cutting joy from your meals, it's about protecting your heart and reclaiming your vitality. One choice at a time. Every label you read, every seasoning you swap, is a quiet act of self-care. And with each new habit, you're giving your heart a little more ease, a little more peace, and a much greater chance at a strong and steady future. Mistake number 3, not monitoring blood pressure regularly. There's a quiet danger in thinking that no news is good news. With blood pressure, that assumption can be costly. The truth is, most people can't feel when their blood pressure is high. There are no clear signs, no flashing lights. You might be cooking breakfast, taking a walk, laughing with your grandchildren. All the while, your heart is quietly working harder than it should. And for older adults, one of the most common and preventable mistakes is assuming that feeling fine means everything is fine. Relying on your yearly doctor visits to catch changes is like checking your roof for leaks only when it rains. Blood pressure doesn't stay still. It shifts throughout the day based on stress, sleep, movement, food, even the emotions you carry in your heart. A perfect reading at the clinic may not reflect the whole picture. You could be having a relaxed morning and show a normal result, or feel anxious in the office and show a spike that isn't part of your daily rhythm. That's why home monitoring is not just helpful, it's essential. It brings clarity to what's happening inside you. Beyond the occasional checkup, tracking your blood pressure at home offers more than just numbers. It offers a window into your well-being. It helps you see whether your medication is doing its job, whether a new supplement is interfering, whether stress is creeping in or diet changes are quietly shifting your health. These are the things that go unnoticed unless you make a habit of listening to your body through the numbers. And when you do, you give your doctor the information they need to make thoughtful adjustments that could prevent serious issues before they even begin. The good news is, you don't need to be a medical expert. Home monitors today are simple, reliable, and made with seniors in mind. Large displays, memory storage, easy cuffs. What matters most is consistency. Choose one time each day, maybe first thing in the morning or before dinner, and stick with it. Sit calmly for a few minutes. Place your arm on the table. Keep your feet flat and avoid talking while the cuff inflates. Write the number down or save it on an app. Over time, you'll start seeing patterns, and those patterns can speak volumes. Some people avoid checking because they're afraid of what they might find. But not knowing doesn't take away the risk. It only takes away the chance to act early. Think of each reading as a conversation with your heart, a way of saying, I care enough to check in. I want to know how you're doing. This simple habit, done with calm and care, gives you a sense of control and connection to your own well-being. Making blood pressure monitoring part of your daily rhythm is not about fear, it's about wisdom. It's a small act that says, I'm still here, and I'm choosing to stay well. One reading at a time, one day at a time. You're building a foundation of awareness, confidence, and strength, and that makes all the difference. Mistake number 4, letting stress go unmanaged. Stress may seem like something we can push through or shrug off. especially for those of us who were raised to be strong, to carry on no matter what. But the truth is, stress is not just a passing feeling. It lives in the body, quietly shaping how your heart beats, how your blood vessels behave, and how your overall health unfolds day after day. While many seniors focus on diet, exercise, or medication to manage blood pressure, one of the most quietly damaging forces is unaddressed. Ongoing stress. When you're under stress, your body shifts into a heightened state. Hormones like cortisol and adrenaline flood your system, narrowing blood vessels and quickening your heartbeat in short bursts. This is normal, but when that state becomes constant, your heart begins to carry a weight it was never meant to hold for so long. Arteries stay tight, muscles remain tense. Blood pressure rises steadily, not from what you eat, but from what you carry inside. The challenge is, stress doesn't always show up as drama or panic. Sometimes it's in the tightness of your chest that lingers, or the way you wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back asleep. Sometimes it's in that quiet voice that says you should just keep going, even when your spirit is tired. For many seniors, especially those who have spent a lifetime taking care of others, stress becomes invisible, but your body feels every second of it. The good news is, you don't need to make huge changes to find relief. The smallest acts of care can have a powerful impact. A few deep breaths while sitting on the porch, a slow walk through your neighborhood, gentle music while sipping your tea, writing down 3 things you're grateful for before bed, or simply calling a friend and saying what's on your heart. These aren't luxuries, they're lifelines. Think of stress management as a form of quiet strength, a way of saying, I matter too. I deserve peace. I choose calm. And when you begin to create that space each day, even for 5 minutes, your body listens. Your heart softens its pace. Your blood vessels open a little more, and your sense of well-being begins to return, one breath, one walk, one pause at a time. Mistake number 5, ignoring physical inactivity. There's a quiet danger in doing nothing. While rest has its place, especially in the later years of life, too much stillness can become a silent burden on the heart. One of the most common and costly mistakes older adults make is believing that moving less is safer or more appropriate with age. In truth, avoiding movement slowly takes a toll on your blood pressure, your circulation, and your overall vitality. It may not show in a day or a week, but over time, the effects are real. Physical activity is not just for athletes or fitness lovers. It's one of the most natural and powerful ways to help the heart do its job more easily. When you move your body, even gently, your heart grows stronger and more efficient. That means it can pump blood with less effort, easing the pressure on your arteries and helping your numbers fall into a healthier range. Movement also soothes inflammation, manages weight, and lifts your mood, all of which support your cardiovascular health. For many seniors, the problem isn't laziness, it's caution. Maybe your knees ache. Maybe you've lost your balance before and worry about falling. Maybe you feel tired just thinking about a workout. But movement doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be consistent. A walk around the garden, gentle stretches in the morning sun, marching in place during TV commercials. These small acts, done daily, can lead to real, lasting change. Even something as simple as standing up more often makes a difference. If you sit for long periods reading or watching television, try getting up every 30 or 60 minutes. Walk to the kitchen. Do a few shoulder rolls. Tap your toes. Your body responds to those signals. Your blood flows a little more freely, your joints stay a little looser, and your heart gets the message that you're still in motion, still engaged with the world. Find movements that bring you joy. It might be dancing to music you love, planting flowers, or swaying in the water at your local pool. When movement feels good, it becomes something to look forward to rather than something to check off a list. And if you're unsure where to begin, talk to your doctor. They can help guide you safely toward the right kind of activity for your body and comfort level. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about staying you. Moving a little every day helps you stay strong, balanced, and independent. It's a way of saying, I'm still here. I still choose to live fully. And your heart will thank you for every step you take. Mistake number 6, Overusing caffeine or alcohol for many of us. A warm cup of coffee in the morning or a glass of wine with dinner is more than just a habit. It's a comforting ritual, a quiet moment to ease into the day or wind down at night. And truthfully, in moderation, these small pleasures can be part of a joyful life. But when managing high blood pressure, especially in the later years, it's important to recognize how these simple comforts might quietly be working against your heart. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, sodas, energy drinks, and even chocolate, is a natural stimulant. It narrows your blood vessels and raises your heart rate, both of which can cause your blood pressure to rise. For some people, this spike is brief and harmless, but for others, especially those who are sensitive to stimulants or already dealing with hypertension, even a small cup of coffee can send pressure climbing without warning. You might not feel it immediately. Sometimes it shows up as restlessness, a flushed face, or a racing heart that lingers longer than expected. The key here is not fear, but awareness. If you enjoy caffeine regularly, try checking your blood pressure before and after your usual cup. Notice how you feel. If you start to see patterns, or if your readings climb higher than usual, it might be time to consider a smaller portion, a gentler blend, or a switch to decaf. This isn't about giving up what you love. It's about listening to your body and making adjustments that support your energy and health. Alcohol presents a different set of challenges. It can feel relaxing at first, like an easy way to unwind, but larger or more frequent amounts can raise blood pressure, disturb your sleep, and interfere with your medications. It also adds hidden stress to your liver and kidneys, which are already working harder as we age. And for seniors whose bodies process alcohol more slowly, the effects can linger into the next day, leaving you tired, dizzy, or off balance without quite knowing why. Even one or two drinks too many can shift the balance from pleasure to pressure. If you're taking medications for blood pressure or any other condition, mixing them with alcohol can cause unwanted side effects that are hard to predict. But the good news is, even small changes make a difference. Cutting back on caffeine or alcohol, even by a little, can bring more restful sleep, clearer thinking, steadier energy, and healthier blood pressure numbers. And comfort doesn't have to disappear. Herbal teas like chamomile or mint, warm water with lemon, or homemade fruit-infused sparkling water can offer the same sense of calm without the risk. What matters most is intention. Your heart doesn't ask you to be perfect, it simply asks you to care. And when you choose balance, one cup at a time, you're giving your body the strength and space to keep going strong. Mistake number 7, not communicating with healthcare providers. When it comes to managing blood pressure, medication and lifestyle are essential, but there's one piece just as important that often gets overlooked: communication. Honest, regular conversation with your doctor can be the difference between progress and problems. And yet, many seniors fall into a quiet habit of holding things in, showing up for checkups without saying much, or assuming that if something were truly wrong, the doctor would already know. But high blood pressure is not a one-time issue. It changes. It responds to stress, sleep, food, medications, even the weather. If your doctor only sees a small piece of the puzzle, they're left to guess at the rest, and in that guessing, real warning signs can be missed. That's why your voice matters so much. You are the only one who truly knows what your day feels like, how your body is responding, and what may be shifting under the surface. Many older adults hesitate to speak up. Some worry they'll seem ungrateful or be seen as a burden. Others downplay symptoms or side effects, hoping they'll just go away. But staying silent doesn't protect you. It only delays the care that might help you feel better, whether it's a strange feeling after a new pill, a supplement you've started taking, or a change in your energy or mood. Your doctor needs to hear about it. Even things that feel small can turn out to be important pieces of your health picture. Side effects from medication are especially underreported. Some people stop taking their pills quietly, hoping to feel more like themselves again, but without saying anything. They miss out on safer solutions. Your provider might be able to lower the dose, offer a gentler alternative, or adjust your plan in ways that improve both your health and your comfort. A 2-minute conversation can sometimes save weeks of struggle. Don't forget to bring your home blood pressure readings to each appointment. A trend over time is far more useful than a single number. It helps your doctor understand how your body's responding and whether something needs to be adjusted. And if you ever feel unsure about how to take your readings or notice patterns that confuse you, ask. That's exactly what your provider is there for. Even emotional health matters here. Feelings of isolation, anxiety, or ongoing stress can quietly influence your blood pressure. 2. If you're carrying something heavy in your heart, don't carry it alone. Your doctor may be able to connect you with support, counseling, or community programs that make a meaningful difference. And if traveling to appointments is difficult, ask about virtual visits. Many doctors now offer phone or video options that bring care right to your home. What matters most is staying connected. You are not bothering anyone by speaking up. In fact, you are helping your care team do their best work. Good health is not a solo journey, it's a partnership, and every conversation brings you one step closer to better care and a stronger future. Managing blood pressure well doesn't mean living in fear or chasing perfection. It simply means listening more closely to your body and honoring it with small, thoughtful choices each day. The habits we covered today are not about restriction, but about freedom. Freedom to move with ease, to sleep with peace, to wake up knowing your heart is supported by the care you give it. So start with just one change: a morning reading, a mindful meal, a short walk. These moments build strength from the inside out. If this video gave you clarity or encouragement, feel free to subscribe and stay connected. We're walking this journey together. And if something here spoke to you, type "I will" in the comments. Your next step might be closer than you think. Stay kind to yourself, keep going. And I'll see you in the next video where we explore gentle habits to protect your heart and bring more calm to each day.